Guess who was on Artfight this year? That's right, it was me. I was very busy this month of July. I neglected the channel because of that, but hey, now I got content for one video, so it all worked out, guys. I was on Team Crystals because I liked crystals more than I liked fossils. And I also ended up contributing 25 attacks this year, which I'm super proud about. I may have gotten a little obsessed with Cookie Run Kingdom, so a lot of what I drew were Cookie Run OCs. But I had a plan this time, guys. I had a plan. Persephone doesn't go in blind. No. She has a plan. My two babies, Peanut Butter Blossom Cookie and Cannibal Cookie, would go out and visit as many Cookie Run OCs as I could possibly find. So that is exactly what I did. My first victim was Yellow Jello Cup. And I attacked their two OCs, Puerquito Cookie and Carrot Cake Cookie, whose designs I absolutely adore. Sorry if I butchered the name. Of course, I start with the fire, because it's a good base. Then I draw Peanut Butter Blossom Cookie, just to get warmed up. Then I work on Puerquito Cookie, who I had a little bit of trouble drawing. As you can see, I wanted to make sure I maintained his shape properly. And there was a point where I realized I was using too thick of a brush and I had to redo all of my line art, which is not as fun. Had some trouble with Carrot Cake Cookie's head, and ears, or carrots for a second. And Cannibal Cookie I didn't have any trouble with because he's my boy. Then it was just into coloring. I don't typically shade, especially not for art fights, so it was just a lot of blocking basic colors in and making sure everything looked right, getting the illusion of that glass cup and the hair behind it. And then I added a little bit of shine to them from the campfire and some shadows, and that was drawing number 1. My next victim was Cosmic Moth and their characters, Cocoa Biscuit Cookie and Vanilla Cream Cookie. As you can see here, I did a first rough pass, and I wasn't quite happy with what I had done, so I went over and I redid the poses for the two characters because I didn't like how it looked and I knew I couldn't base anything off of it. And then I just get on straight to line arting. Cocoa Biscuit Cookie was pretty simple to draw. I think the line art for these characters was simple. They were just nice simple designs, but iconic, I guess would be the best way to describe it. I think the most trouble I actually had with this one was the coloring for Cocoa Biscuit and Vanilla Cream, because they had their eyes closed in the reference photos, which of course that's not an issue. I just had to be creative with it, so I took a time to kind of mess with Cocoa Biscuit's eyes, and I was like, do I want to do this Oreo effect? And I ended up just making their eye colors to be the same as their little pendants. So Vanilla Cream's eyes were yellow and Cocoa Biscuit's were blue because of that. And there you go. I added some shadows, and that is our second cute interaction done. My third victim has a story behind it. So I was curious to see if anyone had also thought of a Cannibal Cookie before, because that can't be that uncommon, right? And I search it up, and you know what I find? Nothing. Absolutely nothing, which is surprising, but cool for me, I guess. So then I was curious, okay, well surely Peanut Butter Blossom doesn't have anyone after her name too. But I end up searching, I click the bar, and guess what I see? An outrage. Absolutely not. What is this? What is this right here? This right here means war. Peanut Butter Blossom Cookie dupe, I'm coming for you. Peanut Butter Blossom Cookie and my victim 3 was drawn by the Doodling Snail, and I honestly quite loved their design and the different take of the cookie. Despite our cookies having the same name, they had completely different designs and completely different personalities, so I actually wanted to do a comic for this, but Artfight doesn't really let you do comics or post multiple images, so I had to get creative and make it into a GIF. So you can see the lines that I just drew there to try and make them on an even field. That's so silly. But a girl's gotta do what she's gotta do. Coloring wasn't too hard. Peanut Butter Blossom Cookie, not mine. The other one, I had some trouble making her shaped correctly. I wanted to keep her proportions right and do her justice. I didn't want to make one look better than the other, so I spent a little bit of extra time with her, making sure that everything was correct, proportionate-wise, and fluffy enough, and she looked as close as she could to the original design. But honestly, they were both pretty simple to draw, and it was just more of a stress reliever. And here is the final product. I didn't have much of a grasp on the other's personality, so I just made do with what I got, and that's what we got. Our fourth victim is Suaho. I hope I said that somewhat right. I probably butchered that, but I decided to do something different and create a little animation for their character, Fruity Gummy Cookie. I really liked this design because it was so easy and simple. As you can see, what I basically do is I create a very rough pass just with the basic shapes defining the movement, and then I trace over my rough passes, adding in the details with each frame. I think this animation came out to be 6 to 8 frames. It wasn't very long, and I made sure that it looped so when it came back in a GIF form, it looked really smooth, which is something that I still enjoy about this gift. It was supposed to be like a pickup animation, like you know how you pick up the cookies in Cookie Run Kingdom. I made him cry as well, which is great. I don't know why I did that, but you know what? It was cute in the moment, so it's cute now too. Right here is a GIF of what it actually looked like when I gave it off to them. And our last victim was Watoxy with their character Honey Cookie. So I really loved his design and his color palette, so I just knew I had to jump on this opportunity. And in their character description, it said that he was a yapper, and that's perfect because I have a listener character in the form of Peanut Butter Blossom. I had a lot of trouble getting Honey Cookie's pose right. I actually had to draw him like 2 or 3 times to finally get him to a pose that I really liked. I had some trouble with Peanut Butter Blossom's eyeballs as well, because I wanted to give her a different outlining to make her eyes pop, and it just really didn't end up becoming something that I liked about it. I don't know. So I did struggle a little bit with her face and her eyes. As you can see there, I was messing around with it, which wasn't the best, but hey. And then I fool around with a little bit of a background drawing, and you know, I'm not super happy with the way that this one came out, but in the end, I think once I stepped back from it, I was proud of what I made. So yeah. And that is all I bothered to record for Artfight. The rest of the 25 attacks I gave up on. Feel free to follow my account on Artfight. I will be there next year. And if you liked what you saw, please subscribe. Alright, see you guys when I see you.